Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mazatrol Tips and Tricks. If this is your first time here, my name is Phil and I teach people how to set up and run a Mazak CNC lathe while programming it with Mazatrol. If you have suggestions for future videos or if there is something special you want to see, be sure to let me know down in the comments. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to machine a concave radius using a full radius grooving insert. I'm going to machine the part using a copy motion instead of the bar out cycle for this tool. I will also show you how to use the machine to calculate the required endpoints when the print provides you with the location of the center of the radius, but not all the X and Z positions for that feature. All right, let's get started. All right guys, here's our workpiece example. We're going to turn the part 2.5 inches in diameter, 2 inches back, and then we're going to machine this radius in here. So let's get started. So I've already got the program started with the diameter already in there, and then this is the OD already programmed. So now what we need to do is push program, and now we need to start focusing on the concave radius. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this copy feature here, and then we're going to use the highlighted out feature. Cutting point on X is going to be 2.5 inches. That's the diameter here. So 2.5. Cutting point on Z, this one we're going to calculate at a later time, but we're going to leave it at 0 right now. Stock removal on X, this is for the copy process. In this machine, the stock removal is a diameter function, not a radius. So with this particular workpiece, from the distance down as a radius, we have 250 thousandths. So if we want to go on the diameter, it's going to be 500 thousandths that we're going to tell it there's stock on this part. So 0.5. Stock removal on Z. I want to machine the workpiece using X plunging only and not Z motion. That way it leaves minimal stock on either side as it's machining this feature. And I'll show you that in a little bit. So stock removal of Z is going to be 0.01. Surface feed for rough cut, let's push auto. And I'm going to reduce the depth of cut down to 30 thousandths for this particular tool. Roughing tool number, push tool data. And what we're going to do is we're going to use tool 3, which is our grooving insert. Push tool file. And it's described as a groove out. And the groove depth in parentheses is 280 thousandths, that's this one, and the cutting angle is for the turning tools, but in parentheses the width of the insert is 124 thousandths. And then when we go to tool data, the tool radius is 62 thousandths, so that's a full radius insert for the grooving tool. So go back to program, tool 3, offset 1, finish it with tool 3, offset 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push the concave radius button, and then it's asking us for a starting corner. So right here, I want to give it a 20 thousandths radius before it goes into the 250 thousandths radius. And I'm going to give it the 20 thousandths radius on each side of this feature. So push starting corner, push radius, 20 thousandths. Starting point on X is going to be this diameter, which is 2.5 inches. Starting point on Z is going to be a question mark because the print didn't give us the starting point on Z. Because the center of the radius is at 2.5, it's right on the line, I can take 600 thousandths minus 250, and that gives me a starting point of 350. But I'm going to let the machine calculate that starting and end position for me on Z. So put in a question mark. Final point on X is going to be this diameter. Again, it's 2.5 inches. And the final point on Z is going to be a question mark. Or we could put in 250 plus 600, which would be 850. So question mark, we'll let the machine calculate it. Final corner, radius, 20 thousandths. And now radius R is asking us, what is the radius of that feature? So it's 250 on that radius. So point 250. Surface roughness is 7. Down arrow. Now we need to calculate the center, or tell the machine where the center of this radius lies. So push the center button here. Arc center X is on this line, 2.5 inches. Arc center Z is 600 thousandths from the face. Intersect position of start point. From the radius position, this position over here is to the right of the center. So the start position gets a right arrow. Intersect position of final point. So this is the final point here, and from the center, it's toward the left. So we give it a left arrow for this position. Now we push the shape N button, and then push N. And then arrow back up, push the right button, and then push calculate. And it calculated our start position at 350 and our final position at 850. However, our start position for cut point of Z is not 0. It's going to be 350 thousandths minus the 20 thousandths radius. So cutting point on Z is going to be 0.33, 330 thousandths. All right, right button, figure check. And there's our OD. And then there's the radius right there. So if we push store, we're going to keep this image, but I also want to zoom in on the radius. I'm not going to run this area of the program. I'm just going to run the radius. So I want to zoom that in. So scale 0.3. And then there's the radius with those two 20 thousandths radius on each end. We'll go back to program. I've already run this piece of the part, so I'm going to just delete it. That way it doesn't show up on the program check. Erase, input, program check, check continue. So that's the motion that it's going to make for the roughing and the finishing motion. Because I chose a copy motion, and also I have minimal stock on Z, but a lot of stock on X. So let's go ahead and run that now. This program is already called up. The work shift is set. So the only thing I need to do is hit cycle start. So let's do that now. Left button, trace, push auto, and I'm going to run it dry. We'll see what happens. So turn off the coolant, and let's go. And let's run it. And there's our finished workpiece with a radius cut in the center of it using the copy out motion. If you like what you see, go ahead and push that subscribe button and click the bell so you won't miss any future videos we have coming out. Also, if you guys have suggestions for future videos, please let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.